Hello and welcome to HW News English. I am Shubham Chauhan. We are coming to you live to just sort of get you up to speed with the exit polls from the all important state of Bihar. Remember, voting ended in this crucial state yesterday. It was a two-phase election, and in both phases, you saw the highest turnout that the state has ever seen. It has broken all records going back to the first ever election that Bihar had. The voting was done yesterday, and now since 6:30 p.m. in the evening yesterday to now and even tomorrow in the lead up to result day on Friday, you are already seeing and you are going to see more of the exit polls, the much talked about exit polls. They some really hated, many don't stand by it. Some see that okay, some of the genuine exit polls could be an indication as to what the results could be. And over the last 24 hours, you've seen uh, several exit polls flashing across your television screens one by one. So we thought we'll just uh, give you the numbers as is without reading too much into them, because the big health warning that often comes with such polls is that exit polls are not exact polls. They have gotten elections wrong in the past multiple times on multiple states. They've got some right as well, yes, but the general health warning with such polls is that you can get things wrong drastically, as we have seen in recent years. So we've had about a dozen exit polls since yesterday, and what we're going to show you on the screen in a few moments from now is uh, each agency and what they have predicted. Some of the agencies, at least about 10 of them, had given out their numbers for Bihar yesterday, and now you have two to three agencies who have put out their numbers today, and they are being flashed across channels as you are seeing. And the results, the actual results, will be out in 48 hours from now. That is the 14th of November. But before that, just to set the context to understand what is at play before we get into the numbers, 243 seats is what Bihar has. On one hand, you have the NDA comprising Nitish Kumar's JDU, the sitting chief minister, the longest serving chief minister, who's been in power for 20 long years. He's there in alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party this time around after multiple flip flops. He's back with the BJP. The NDA also has Chirag Paswan and his Lok Janshakti Party, the LJP. That party is there as one unit as the NDA. On the other hand, you have the Mahagathbandhan or the India Alliance, comprising the Congress, the RJD of the Yadav family. Then you have the Vikashsheel Insan Party of Mukesh Sahni and the Communists as well. Those are the two big players. And then you have a third player, a newbie, a debutant on the block, and that is the Jan Suraj Party, the JSP, Jan Suraj Party of former poll strategist Prashant Kishore, who is now wearing a politician's hat, and he has thrown his hat in the ring, um, building his organizations for the last 3 years. And here he is fighting on all 243 seats and hoping to get a taste of power in the state of Bihar. Remember, in his words, in Prashant Kishore's words, his expectation is ya to aar ya par. So he's saying either his party will get just a handful of seats, or he will be in the majority and form the government. He's saying he'll not be any kingmaker or be somewhere in the middle. But that is the context for you as far as Bihar is concerned. In fact, the voting percentages that we saw was in excess of 60% in both phases, 65 and about 67%. The biggest takeaway from that has been the women voter whose voting percentage was in excess of 71 to 72%, and that is going to be something to watch out for come the 14th of November, because when you talk of Bihar, there comes caste as the biggest factor. Then you have the Mahila or the women voter, which is something to watch out for. And then, of course, you have the UA, the youth. So how these three factors will play out is something that we will decode for you come the 14th of November. But first, let's get to what we have for you uh, in this live session. And those are the exit poll numbers that we have sort of collated from different agencies. And then you're free to make up your mind. Of course, the rider, again, reiterate, these are exit poll numbers, not accurate always. They have got it wrong in the past. And we here at HW News English do not take any sort of responsibility for any of the agencies and the numbers that they have put out. They have given these numbers, they put it out on channels on their social media handle, on the respective social media handles. We are just getting those numbers for you uh, to just get a sense of what these pollsters are saying. So here are the first numbers on your screen. First is Matriz, that is saying NDA 147 to 167, 70 to 90 for the Mahagathbandhan, 5 for the Jan Swaraj Party of Prashant Kishore, and 10 others. Then you have People's Pulse, that is saying 133 to 159 for the NDA, 75 to 101 for the Mahagathbandhan, 0 to 5 for the Jan Swaraj Party, and 2 to 8 others. Then you have Dainik Bhaskar, 145 to 160, 70 for the NDA, 73 to 91 for the Mahagathbandhan, Jan Swaraj Party 0, and 5 to 10 is for the others. People's Insight is saying 133 to 148 for the NDA, for the Mahagathbandhan 87 to 102, for the Jan Swaraj Party 0 to 2, and others 3 to 6. For JVC, it is 135 to 150 for the NDA, 88 to 103 for the Mahagathbandhan, 0 for Prashant Kishore's JSP, and others 3 to 7. Now, there are about half a dozen, more than a dozen polls that have come out. We've sort of shortlisted some of them for you, but broadly, the direction that the exit polls are looking at or are projecting is that it'll be an NDA win. It'll be a comfortable majority for the NDA. Now, today, just a short while back, we had two exit polls come out that many says is among the credible exit polls that are in the market. The first that came out was Access My India, and here's where things start to get interesting because the exit polls that came out yesterday, all of them projected a thumping victory for the NDA. And some even said that it could go up as high as a two-third majority for the NDA in a house of 243 in Bihar. But the exit polls that I'm going to show you on the screen now, they have projected a tight race, that it is not going to be as one-way traffic as some of the pollsters are saying. And here are the numbers of of some of the pollsters that have put out the numbers today. Access My India is saying 121 to 141 for the NDA, 98 to 118 for the Mahagathbandhan, 0 to 2 for the Jan Swaraj Party, 1 to 7 others. And then you have Votewide of political analyst Amitabh Tiwari. You must have also seen him here on HW News English. His prediction, his agency's Votewide's prediction is 125 to 145 for the NDA, 95 to 15 for the Mahagathbandhan, 0 to 2 for the Jan Swaraj Party, and 1 to 3 for the others. Now, the magic figure in Bihar is about 122, 123. If Access My India and Votewide numbers hold, they are saying it's going to be a tight race. Access My India is saying that that NDA will be just one above the majority, that is the lower band, and the higher band is that it could go up to 141 seats for the NDA. For Votewide, on the other hand, I'm sorry, 121. They're saying one less than the majority is what Access My India is saying for the NDA. Votewide is saying it's going to be a razor thin majority for the NDA as the lowest band. They are saying 125 to 145, and best case scenario is 145. Access My India's best case scenario for NDA is 141. For the opposition, the best case scenario that Access My India has given is 118, and Votewide is saying the best case scenario for the Mahagathbandhan is 115. Jan Swaraj in both cases is saying they're projecting, both these agencies are projecting that they won't get more than 2 seats. Those are the sort of filtered out numbers that we're getting to you from the exit pollsters that have put out their numbers in the last 24 odd hours. The larger pattern being that it'll be the NDA. It is the NDA in their opinion, as per their numbers. Again, I'm reiterating and repeating that that's a health warning. Pollsters have gotten it wrong. They are saying that the BJP, the NDA rather, the alliance, is in position to form the government in Bihar. Remember, it's been a tightly fought election over the last 2 odd weeks. The Election Commission decided to just have this election in 2 phases. And this is just after the festive season and after Chhat Puja, something that is celebrated widely in the state of Bihar. You had top guns from both parties hitting the campaign trail, with the BJP and the NDA banking on infrastructure, the appeal of Prime Minister Modi, and also saying that if the RJD, if the opposition comes to power, Lalu Yadav's Jungle Raj will be back. Remember, Lalu Prasad Yadav, he was the chief minister from 1990 for till 1996. Then he was charge sheeted and went to jail in the fodder scam case. And then his wife, Rabdi Devi, took over, and that went on till 2005, before the big change of Nitish Kumar, the Sushasan Babu, as he was touted at the time. He came in, and he's been ruling the state since 2005, barring that period in 2013 to 14-15, where he was not the CM. But the opposition, on the other hand, you had Tejashwi Yadav, who was declared by the opposition as their chief minister face, and Mukesh Sahni of the Vikashsheel Insan Party, VIP, he was declared his deputy, that if the India Alliance comes to power, it will be Tejashwi who will be the chief minister of the state. And you had Tejashwi Yadav, the young leader, going all out there to woo different sections of Bihar's society, very complex, caste-driven society, and also the youth. Remember, unemployment is a big issue in the state of Bihar. There he is promised, Tejashwi Yadav has promised that if his government comes to power, they're promising one government job per family. One job per family is what the opposition's promises. And Nitish Kumar, the old warhorse, he is banking on the 10,000, the 10,000 rupee yojana for women, which is being given to them as financial assistance, and that he's hoping helps bring the tide in his favor. That is largely what the NDA and Nitish Kumar is projecting. And as for Jan Suraj, the new entrant on the block, Prashant Kishore is saying he's the fresh wave of politics. His promise to Bihar voters is, give the state to me, I will change it for you. You've tried Lalu, you've tried Congress, you've tried Nitish, you've tried everything. Give me a chance and I will change it for you, is what Prashant Kishore has been promising. Now, in case you're still tuning into our broadcast, Access My India numbers have come in just a short while back, which is predicting a thin majority for the NDA, and vote wipe of an agency of political analyst Amitabh Tiwari, who you may have seen on our channel. His agency is also saying it's a tight finish. So these two polling agencies so far have bucked the trend of what the others are saying. The others are saying it's a comfortable thumping majority for the NDA, but these two pollsters have not concurred with that. Their numbers are not concurring with that. Now, with these numbers out of the way, of course, we have to wait for 48 more hours to understand what happens on the 14th, because that is going to be a very critical date that will not just decide who the chief minister is, but also decide the course of Bihar politics for that next 5 years at least. But once these exit numbers came out, you had reactions coming in from different political parties. Tejashwi Yadav of the RJD, the opposition, the face of the Mahagathbandhan, he had a press conference just a short while back, and there he slammed all these exit polls numbers that have come in, and he's still confident of a victory of the Mahagathbandhan. Listen in to what RJD leader and former deputy chief minister of Bihar, Tejashwi Yadav, had to say.
कल वोटिंग में लोग बड़े कतार में लोग खड़े थे, 6 बजे 7 बजे तक लोग खड़े थे। लोग खड़े रहे वोटिंग में, और एग्जिट पोल आता है, यानी मतदान अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ कि एग्जिट पोल आता है। देखिए, हम ना सर्वे में खुशफहमी में रहते हैं, ना गलत फहमी में रहते हैं। ये सर्वे जो है केवल मनोवैज्ञानिक तौर पे, साइकोलॉजिकल, जो इतने अधिकारी चुनाव में लगे हुए हैं उनके दबाव में जो है ये सर्वेस लाए गए हैं। पहले भी आप लोग दिखाते थे कि मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा पसंद किसे करती है बिहार की जनता, तो 16, 17, 18% से ऊपर नीतीश जी नहीं उठ पाए। और वहां तो इस बार एनडीए में घोषणा भी नहीं हुई कि आधिकारिक रूप से सीएम का चेहरा कौन होगा। अगर आप देखें तो ये वही गोदी मीडिया है जिन लोगों ने सर्वे दिखाया, जो पाकिस्तान में इस्लामाबाद, लाहौर, कराची को कब्जा दिए थे। ये उन्हीं का सर्वे है। और एसआईआर के दिनों घुसपैठियों को घुसा दिया था बिहार में। ये वही गोदी मीडिया जो है एक प्रोपेगेंडा मोदी जी की एजेंसी द्वारा ये अधिकारियों पे दबाव को लेकर के कि काउंटिंग के दिन एक मानसिक तौर पे लोगों का दबाव बना रहे, इसलिए ये पूरा जो है सर्वे जो है कराया गया है। अब आप बात कीजिए।
So that was Tejashwi Yadav. He's calling out Godi media, saying officials from the ECU pressurized by the BJP and from different quarters to ensure that such numbers are put out in favor of the ruling party at a time when the voting is on. Remember, the phase two voting ended yesterday evening at about 6 to 7 p.m. And from 6:30 onwards is when you had channels putting out and pollsters putting out their numbers for the state of Bihar. That is what we will end this live with. Remember, the results will be out in 48 hours from now on the 14th of November. Like I said, our endeavor through this live is to just get you up to speed and give you the numbers as is. We're not going to decode or analyze or read too much into it because at the end of it, these are just exit polls and not the results. We will be, although, getting you all the latest results on the 14th of November from the state of Bihar. There's a lot of it. There's so much riding on what happens on 14th as far as Bihar is concerned, how it will shape Indian politics, how it will shape the trajectory of different political players. Will the BJP able to have a chief minister of its own, something that that is a dream of this of the party? Will Nitish Kumar, will he get a farewell? An ailing, an unwell Nitish Kumar, will he get a farewell, or does he still have the fight to continue as chief minister once again? What about Tejashwi Yadav, the young man, the young leader from the Yadav family, the son of former chief minister Lalu Prasad Yadav? Will he get a shot at power? Will he get to sit on the chair of the chief minister in 2020? Remember, after a flip-flop of Nitish, who jumped from the BJP, from the NDA to the India bloc, he joined hands, and then you had Nitish becoming the chief minister and Tejashwi his deputy. Will that change? And what about Prashant Kishore, the man that everyone talks about, someone whose clips, whose statements, whose predictions are all over social media, given his high-profile stature. You saw his rally. There are multiple visuals. We too have done their stories of rallies of Prashant Kishore's Jan Suraj, drawing huge crowds across different parts of Bihar. But will that convert into votes? And if that converts into votes, who does it hurt? Does it hurt the NDA? Does it hurt or the India Alliance? That is something. There's several questions that needs answers, but we'll have to wait for 48 more hours before the results of Bihar election are out on the 14th of November. You can catch those results here on HW News English. But that's all we have for this live session. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget to like and share this, spread the word as much as possible. Support independent journalism in whatever way you can. Your support really means the world to us. That's all we have for this live session. Keep tracking our channel for all the latest updates from around the world, including the more important case that has come out from Delhi, the bomb blast, the 10/11 blast that saw 13 people being killed. We'll also get you updates from that and where the investigation is at that point. Currently, a meeting is underway at the Prime Minister's residence. A cabinet committee on security is meeting, where you have the Defense Minister, the Home Minister, and other top officials and top ministers of the Modi government in a huddle. So we'll also keep you posted on that. But all eyes will be on the 14th of November. That is when the results of Bihar come out. So do stay tuned to our channel for more such updates going forward. Thank you so much for tuning into this live session, and keep watching HW News English.